Check it out, ladies. I am doing the North Carolina Demos blog hop today, and we had to use old with the new. This is what I'm doing. And I did the inside in the envelope. Join me in the craft room, and I'll show you how. For my 10-minute creation today, I'm mixing some new with some old. I am using the Bloom by Bloom stamp set, specifically the stem and the large flower. From the Itty Bitty Greetings, which is in the annual catalog, I'm using a little hello. My cardstock is Whisper White, and I have a scrap of that for the sentiment. For my panel, I have a piece that is just under 2 inches by, I think it's 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by just under 2. I have a piece of Whisper White for the inside that's 4 by 5 1/4. My card base is Call Me Clover, and it is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I am using some of the Bloom by Bloom, that's what it's called? It's Happiness Blooms Designer Series paper that's part of the Bloom by Bloom suite, and I'm specifically using this pattern, and I've cut my piece 4 by 5 1/4. I have my envelope. For my ink, I'm using Call Me Clover, Calypso Coral, and Night of Navy. From the Bloom by Bloom suite, I'm also using the Happiness Blooms enamel dots. I'm going to be using some of the Call Me Clover 1/4 inch grosgrain, no, 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. I'm going to be using my classic label punch and my tag topper punch. So quite a variety here to show you how you can mix your old with your new. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm going to use Night of Navy for that. And I've got a little hello, like so. And then I'm going to use my classic label punch to punch it out. And I want it smaller because I don't want all that white space, so I put it in with my sentiment close to the end, and I punch it. Then I'm going to insert it again, and I'm going in between the 2 lines that punch, and flip it around to the other end, put it in there, and punch. And that's how you get a little mini version of the classic label punch. So the first thing you need to do is take your other piece of Whisper White that's just under 2 inches, put it all the way in, and I'm going to back it up just a little and punch it because I want as much space as I can get off of my punch. All right, now I'm going to stamp my flower. I'm going to stamp it just right about there. All right, so I have my flower. Now I'm going to stamp my stem, and I'm probably going to go off. I don't want it on my, since I'm probably going to go off, I don't want it on my mat. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to put it underneath this, put this paper underneath. And there we go. I went off a little bit, but that's okay. You know, if you want it not go off, use a longer piece of paper. You could use a wider piece of paper, but you have to do some finagling. All right, let's get our card put together. All right, so I'm going to use my bone folder, give me a crisp fold, and then this is going to go on the front. And I'm going to pull out my glue. And I'm going to make sure it's even side to side and top to bottom. All right, and there I have it. Now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, and I think I'm going to put it at an angle and put the little hello down here also. But before I do that, I want to add, oops, I don't know why that's there. It should be in the trash. I'm going to add some ribbon. All right, so I've added my ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow around it. So I'm going to take and tie my bow, and remember to get your bow to lay the right way. Once you make your first knot, pull it north to south. Take the bottom piece, pull it up, make your loop. The top piece, flip it around, shove it through the hole, and pull your ribbon east to west. And then I'm going to take and adjust it because I don't want that big bow. And I'll get it straight in just a minute. Okay. All right, now I'm going to move this back to the top, kind of separate that so that it goes down. And then this is too long, so I'm going to cut it off. And time to add some dimensionals. Okay, here we go. And I cut my dimensionals in half. It just works for me. You don't have to, but I need to cut some more. And where are my scissors? There they are, hiding under the punch. It's really easy to cut them in half. I just cut the sides off first and then cut them in half. And then I'm going to put, since this is a longer tag, I'm going to put a piece in the middle. Okay. If you were using whole dimensionals, you would use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By using half dimensionals, I've used 1, 2, 3, 4. So just something to think about. You don't have to do that. I'm going to take my backs off. I got my backs off, and now I'm going to put this on like so. I don't want to go too high because I don't want my ribbon to get crumpled when I nail it. And now I'm going to add a dimensional right in the middle of the back of my sentiment. I'm going to add this down at the bottom. And then I need some enamel dots. And I think I'm going to use the navy. So bend it so that it pops up. Ah, that's why I hit it. Boy, did you ever have so many issues with enamel dots? I moved that one out of the way. And remember, odd numbers is more pleasing to the eye. Well, where did that one go? Boy, I am having a heck of a time with these. And I think I'm going to add some more up top. Let's add one there. All right, I added one up there. And then I'm going to take another little one, move that thing out of the way, and add it there. And there you have it. And I did the inside in the envelope. I hope you've enjoyed my video today. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share it. I'm trying to bring up my number of subscribers, and I'd love to have more on there. Have a great day.